The Legend of Mare-Do-Well by JT2K. Chapter 9. And that's why I'm no longer allowed in the bowling alley. But it was totally worth it. Rainbow Dash said with a laugh. I mean, Mr. Kingpin needed some point to liven up that stuffy place.
That's a right, Dashie.
Pinkie Pie giggled as she served the multicolored Maine Pegasus a cup of cocoa before she headed out for the night.
Here I was wondering why you went overboard with the floor wax. It was more like a skating rink than a bowling alley with everyone slipping and sliding around. It was so much fun. That is why, my dear Pinkie Pie, I am the High Queen of all pranksters. No pony is better than me. No pony.
Rainbow Dash glowed as she beat her chest with a hoof with each syllable. The pink pony server raised an eyebrow and a smile formed.
So, you consider yourself the best of all pranksters, huh?
Yep, I'm the best. No pony can compare with the great Rainbow Dash when it comes to pranking. And practical jokes. She beamed with arrogant pride.
Rainbow Dash, remember when the last time you considered yourself the best?
Pinkie Pie cautioned as he wiggled her eyebrows once. The smile at the Pegasus' lips as he pouted. Oh yeah, that. Well, this is different. I'm not pretending to be some hero. I'm just showing that I'm the best at one of my hobbies.
Oh, I know you are, Dashie. But remember, I also like a good prank as well.
Pinkie responded with a half-eyed gaze and a small smile. Rainbow Dash raised an eyebrow. Oh really? I bet there are some ponies you can't prank.
What?
Pinkie shot back. Now as the Pegasus' smile turned to smile and give her a half-eyed gaze. Fluttershy. That caused the pink earth pony to freeze in place and gulp. Her eyes darted all around the bakery, trying to find a way out, but her friend played her trump card and walked her right into it.
Well,
Pinkie stammered while a sweat ran down her brow. Yes, Rainbow Dash sobbed coolly.
Oh, I can give her a prank that wouldn't hurt her. Yeah, that's it. Last time we did it was just a setup for you to fall for the old black eye stencil.
The earth pony retorted with a smug grin. Is that so? Well, I want to make a bet with you. I'll make a list of ponies that I've never been able to prank. Would be too crazy to prank, or downright too smart enough to fall for one. You manage to prank all of them tomorrow, then I'll admit you're better than me. Rainbow Dash began, only to again lower her gaze and grin. But if you fail, I get free snacks at your corner for a whole week. Pinkie tapped her chin with her hoof as she pondered this. Finally, she extended it out to her.
You got yourself a deal.
Rainbow Dash tapped her hoof with her own, and the deal was struck. The Cyan Pegasus called out to offer her Pegasus pops nearby. Hey, Pepper! Want to help me out here for a sec? The Unicorn Police fully excused herself from Officer Booker as he walked over to the duo. Hey, Rainbow. Hey, Pinkie. What's the problem? Oh, nothing much. Do you think you can help me write a list of ponies? Me and Pinkie got a bet going on it. Well, Dash said sheepishly as he looked at her blonde hose. I gotcha. The candy-colored unicorn officer replied with a giggle as he used her magic to lift the quilling paper nearby. Okay, here's the list. Dash began as Pinkie listened intently. The Egghead has the Twilight Sparkle, Rarity, Big Macintosh, Granny Smith, Applejack, Derpy, the Kingmaker Crusaders, the Retirement Village residents. She then gazed at Pinkie with a cold expression, followed by a slight smirk. The Mayor, Captain Hellbear, Cranky Ducky, and Fluttershy. Pinkie gulped. Pranking her friends was one thing, but pranking law officials, her newest friend, and then Fluttershy? Suddenly, she was feeling not as confident as before. And last, but certainly not least, me, Rainbow Dash finally said, as she handed the paper to a visibly shaking Pinkie Pie, while Peppermint Pops went right back to her table. The Pegasus was quick to notice. Oh, getting scared, aren't ya? You know, tomorrow, I think I'll be taking a couple of cupcakes with my cocoa. Free of charge. She punctuated every word with a poke on Pinkie's chest. Her pony snapped out of his shock and scowled.
You'll see who's the best and who's the rest.
She snatched the paper in her teeth, only to jump up as the surge coursed through her back. She looked to the side with a serious expression as she landed.
"And with that, you know who? See you again."
She responded as she took her server's cap and gave the cakes a knowing nod. The pony couple nodded back, knowing their employee was what to do now. She turned back to Rainbow Dash.
"See you tomorrow, Dashing. You look like a little surprise I got cooking up for you."
She had clapped her mouth shut.
"Let's see. It's supposed to be a secret. Bye."
With those last words, Pinkie Pie rushed up the stairs and towards her new room to change. Rainbow Dash felt uneasy. Would she really go through and pick every single name on that list? She shook her head twice.
What am I thinking of? Pinkie Pie being a better prankster than me? Ha! That'll be the day.
She stopped to sit down the rest of her cocoa, set some boats on the table, and left. As she took off into the night sky, Rainbow Dash saw the form of Mare-Do-Well leaping from rooftop to rooftop a few feet below her. Before she could give her a knowing nod of departure, Mare-Do-Well looked up and just stared silently at her, nearly tugged the front of her hat before leaping away. Again, the uneasy feeling crept up on the rainbow-maned pony. She looked at the face of Lanty vanished from sight in the instant. The worried expression was still on her face as she arrived home. Rainbow Dash walked around Ponyville and found it strangely quiet. The streets were empty and devoid of ponies, and not a sound was heard. She started to grit her teeth nervously and pushed on. She took one step, and that's when she heard it. Giggling. Very familiar giggling.
Pinkie Pie?
The Pegasus managed to stammer out. Her fear was quickly replaced by coolness as she stood firm.
Okay, Pinkie Pie, I know you're out there.
What did you do to Ponyville? What did you do to every pony?
You know, Rainbow Dash, I was quaint the prankster before you came to Ponyville for Cloudsdale.
She turned around, seeing no pony there. She wasn't imagining the soft, yet cold voice of the pink earth pony whispering to her ear.
The High Queen of Pranksters? Seriously?
She put her head in the direction of the voice, only to find nothing. Her calm demeanor was starting to crack as she began to sweat.
Well, Queen, you're about to get you sick.
A cold hoof grabbed her shoulder, and Rainbow Dash spun to see Pinkie Pie stand there. Only she wasn't like she normally was. The first time she saw her like this was when she was fencing her to her surprise party last year. She was in her room throwing down the party with those creepy guests she made up. The last time was when she, the rest of the girls, and the cakes were waiting for her to show up after she was released from jail after her freakout. Both times the shivers of her spine was her straightened mane and tail, the darkened hue to her pink coat. But one thing this Pinkie had, which the other times didn't, was the expression on her face. She was smiling. A large grin from ear to ear, an unwavering, otherworldly grin. Rainbow Dash never felt fear in her entire life, but this form of Pinkie with her down expression, darkened hues, and straight hair sent a shiver up her spine. Seeing her with a giant grin, however, made it even worse.
Here, Dashing, have a sniff of my beautiful flower.
The unnatural Pinkie said as a daisy magically appeared on her chest and squirted her with water. Rainbow Dash took a few steps back. She sat down to wipe the water from her face, only to hear a loud, razzing noise. Embarrassed, she looked down and saw she landed on an enormous whoopee cushion. Straight-haired Pinkie Pie began to click her tongue and shake her head.
Well, Dashing, you should cut down on the beans. Here, let me help you up.
She replied as she lowered a forehoof at her. Rainbow Dash sighed as she took it, and quickly regretted it. An enormous surge of electricity began to course through her body as soon as she was caught in the middle of a thunderstorm, and every cloud shot a bolt right at her, landing on the floor and shaking as a few electrical impulses left her body. She failed to see Pinkie Pie reveal a hand buzzer and quickly tossed it away. And she revealed a small pouch filled with strange red-colored powder. Sprinkling some on her hoof, she softly blew the powder as it flew a cloud over the helpless Pegasus. Before too long, Rainbow Dash began to itch like crazy and began to scratch herself all over. You see her forehoofs and her wings. They became crude like finger-like extensions. Eventually, The speedster was dragging herself on her back as the itching became intolerable.
No, the
pink-married pony exclaimed as she revealed a familiar blue feather and tossed it at the luckless victim. Rainbow Dash was far too preoccupied dragging around, controlling herself from an unbearable itch from the power. She didn't realize her back grazed the poison joke, and Pinkie Pie dropped. As soon as she did, her wings became to twitch, and silly changed position back to the form they once the first time she had carried the vile plant. Then her wings took life of their own as they began to flap wildly. Hey, wait, what's going on? Why can't I control my wings? She said as fear began to run her course. She took flight and could do nothing but wild patterns with no control over her wings. Pinkie could just look up and giggle madly at her pranks. Rainbow Dash shook her head. The only thing going through her mind was wanting for all this to end. Make it stop! Make it stop! Make it stop! Rainbow Dash woke with a start as she clenched her mouth shut. She looked up and saw she was back in her room, and the sun was already in the sky. She shook her head a couple of times and sucked her cheeks a bit. A nightmare. It was only a nightmare. That was totally uncool. No more dandelion daisy pizza with extra alfalfa before bed. As he went to her bathroom to freshen up, she chuckled to herself. Pinkie Pie turning into some sort of pranking monster, and actually going through with the list he had made. The silly notion itself was more than enough to make her smile again. That was when a knock came to her door, followed by an envelope dropped through the mail slot. Rainbow Dash trotted over to the letter and saw the envelope. She leaned down to pick it up and saw the name written in a whimsical style. To Daisy from Pinkie. The multicolored speedster quickly extended her head back as her mind played the last scene in her head. Pinkie Pie, with her straight mane, dark hue, and mad grin, took a bag with a picture of a pony sneezing, sprinkled some powder from the bag, and coated it all over the inside of the envelope. Giggling madly, she sealed it and dropped it in the mailbox. She shook her head a few times. Oh, come on, Rainbow. You're getting some silly dream get the best of you. But you wouldn't consider doing something like that. She chuckled heartily, only to look at the envelope again, and her laughter became slower and unsure. Well, better safe than sorry, she declared as she kicked the envelope out the open door and flew up on the morning breeze. She slammed the door behind her and went back to her morning chores. Finally, Dash flew out of her house with her saddlebag strapped across her back. She looked towards the library as she looked down to her target. Fortunately for her, Twilight had yet to open the windows and her normal entry point was sealed shut. Pony feathers, she grumbled to herself as she braced herself for all impact. The tree itself shook for a good while after the Pegasus slammed against the side. Getting her balance back, Dash walked up to the door and found it locked. She knocked it a few times and hoping Twilight or Spike would answer. Hello? Anybody home? She called out. She leaned her ear close to the door and heard some muffled conversation between the unicorn and her baby dragon assistant. At the sound of it, Twilight was very alarmed. Soft steps were heard as he opened it to show the face of Spike peeking out. Oh, hi, Rainbow Dash. Sorry, but the library's closed right now. We got, an emergency, the dragon explained. Does King to bring back the latest daring do book Twilight me? You sure I can't come in? Sighed Pegasus inquired, as he handed the book to the young assistant. Lord Spike replied. A black and purple hoof grabbed him and hauled him away. Hi, Rainbow Dash. You came to return the book right here. We're going time tomorrow, so can take a look. Bye! With that, the door was slammed shut, locked and bolted, followed by yet more panicked words from Twilight Sparkle. With that, the door was slammed shut, locked and bolted, followed by yet more panicked words from Twilight. Rainbow Dash was curious as to what had happened to her friend, so she hovered to a nearby window, peeked in. She was shocked to see Twilight Sparkle, all cold black and with soot and smoke, ran straining up, and her tail frizzly and curly. Look in her eyes reminded Dash of the time Twilight went beyond hysterics over the fact that she was tardy with a report to Celestia. That's what happened to her. Dash's eyes still focused on the table close by, where smoke was pouring out, managed to make out what remained of 2 flasks and a decanter, all shattered with contents splattered everywhere. A book nearby was open, but also singed with some pages burned out. no doubt to whatever had happened moments before our arrival. That's when Das's eyes lit up with shock. Evil Pinkie Pie snickered as she crept up to the library with a strange flask of liquid in her mouth. Opening the door carefully, she made her way to the table Twilight was conducting her experiment. The royal protege was too preoccupied writing some notes down in a book, did not see the madly giggling, straight-maned pony dosed a strange liquid on one of her flasks, which immediately made it start to bubble, and quickly sneaked off. Twilight took the decanter with her magic, and carefully added a drop of liquid into the tempered flask. Twilight had no time to gasp as the flask exploded, making a mess of her experiment and her own body with blackened coat, ruined mane and poofy tail. Rainbow Dash shook her head and laughed. Yeah, right. It was just an accident. I mean, that egghead is always doing weirdo experiments, and one that was bound to blow up her face. Laying off a slow blow from her pursed lips. She spread her wings and flew off. And that's that. Pinkie and pranking Twilight. Even as she did, Twilight's always an easy target. Doubt began to creep on her again as she bit her lip. Her eyes closed in on the direction of the Carousel Boutique. You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to check in on her, just to get this naggy feeling off my back, she mused to herself as she approached Rarity's house. As soon as she knocked at the door, she heard a voice. No, boutique is closed today. No ponies allowed to come in. Come back in a few weeks, or months, or next year, if possible. Rainbow Dash's brow parched. Hey, Rare, it's me, Rainbow Dash. Let me in, will ya? Few latches and locks were removed, and the door creaked open just a bit, only for a form covered completely in a black coat to peek out halfway. Dash was surprised. Not a single bit of a pony's body could be seen under the baggy wrap, as though some pony didn't want to be seen. Rarity, is that you? The Pegasus asked in curious shock. Rainbow Dash, I'm sorry, darling, but I'm a bit indisposed at the moment. Please come back very soon. Also, very, very soon. I don't want any Ponyville to see me right now, replied the Fashionistas' familiar voice from the loose cowl that covered her entire head and face. Wait a sec. What happened? Friend asked in concern. She tried to open the door, but Rarity held it fast. Not about to give up, she pushed it even harder, and managed to overpower her and walked in. As expected, all the curtains were drawn, and every single window was closed tight. She then saw the form of the cloaked Rarity, managed to spot one of her hooves, and was surprised to see it naked. The familiar whitish coat color of the hoof was gone. Rarity immediately shrunk as she sunk in her bare hoof back into her cloak. Rainbow Dash became more and more concerned as she grabbed the ends of the crouched cowl and tried to pull it down. Unicorn, however, turned on her magic and prevented the Pegasus from pulling to hold it down. However, the speedster wasn't about to give up. Managed to rip the cowl out of the cloak revealed in Rarity's head. Rainbow Dash's eyes could not believe what she saw. Rarity's entire head was bald! Beautiful white coat, attractive purple mane curled in style with care, her sultry eyelashes, they were all gone. That was when she managed to see her neck, and what could be seen of her back. They were also hairless. Rarity was completely shorn of all hair. The Pegasus clenched her head and mouth shut, and refrained from laughing. More so since her unicorn friend was staring at her with sorrowful eyes. Rainbow Dash, do not tell a single soul of what you have seen, or by Celestia, I will bring your life! Rarity seethed, only to cry and land on her familiar red couch. Hey, I need loyalty, remember? So, what happened? Dash replied, as he placed a comforting hoof on her cloaked body. It was a disaster! I was taking my bath, as I do every morning, when I put on my usual shampoo and body wash. Her lips then quivered as she buried her head in her hooves and sobbed. They all fell out. I can't. My teeth, my mane, my kitty mark. Nothing but hair all over. This is the worst possible thing. Rainbow Dash felt sorry for her friend, as she prided herself in her appearance. Sure, it would all go back, but it would take a while. As she patted her in condolence, her eyes shot up again. Evil Pinkie tiptoed up to the boutique, made her way to Rarity's bathroom. She held out another flask, with a foul-smelling liquid inside, poured its contents into the bottles of shampoo and body wash nearby. Well, Melissa's chortle. She made her way outside as she heard Rarity hum a happy tune and went inside the bath. She heard the water turn on, followed by some more humming. Then the humming stopped, followed by a loud gasp, and then a glass-piercing shriek. Pinkie rubbed her forehead and sadistically. Reba gulped as she began to sweat.
Two down,
she said nervously to herself.
Darling, it's such a miss.
Rarity asked, only for her friend to shake her head nervously.
No, all's cool. Listen, Bear, hope your hair grows back. Your secret's safe with me. Gotta go, later!
With those words, Raven sped off. Unicorn shrugged her shoulders as she locked up her doors as soon as the guests left.
Oh, listen to yourself, Sugar Cream. We're getting all worked over nothing.
Elzak snorted with disdain as he walked over towards the silo behind Sweet Apple Acres barn, while Rainbow Dash simply stared down at her angrily as he hovered overhead.
I'm telling you, Pinkie Pie's going all out with her pranks. She's already got Twilight and Rarity, and every pony here at Sweet Apple Acres are next. First Big Megatos, then Granny Smith, and finally you!
The pig said, exasperated.
Pinkie Pie,
You gotta be pulling my leg, Rainbow Dash. I'm sure it's spit haven't seen that pink pony around these parts today. The farm pony replied. Big Megatos is over yonder, bringing the latest harvest in the cart. Granny Smith's rocking her tail around there at the porch, and I'm on my way to take inventories of the apples in the silo. It's another day here on the farm. Rainbow Dash, however, didn't pay any attention to her, as he was focused on looking at Big Megatos going up to the hill nearby, carrying a heavy cart filled with apples. Suddenly, the cart itself broke off from the shafts as Big Mac jerked forward and landed on his head. Both elements looked on in horror as the cart went careening down the hill, smashed itself against the tree below. All the apples spilled over, and the cart was now a broken mess. Oh no, the harvest! Applejack cried out as he galloped down the hill, a frame of Dash flying close behind her. Big Megatos managed to get on his legs, the spike still attached to his end of the cart's shaft, and followed the two fillies.
what's that rampant? Our harvest for the day's gone, and the cart's messed up. Come, sorry.
The orange pony muttered as he kicked the ground beneath her. A hairy red stallion could do nothing but hang his head low. Applejack looked at her brother with care.
Oh, it ain't your fault, Big Mac. That's the old cart must have been on its last legs, you know. Look there!
Rainbow Dash exclaimed as he pointed to the cart on the area where the shaft is supposed to connect. Statistically, the hinges. Upon closer inspection, they saw the hinges very loose on the surface, as though the screws that held it in place and connected to it to the shaft were taken out. Without those screws, the shaft would have been unable to hold the weight of the cart, and the hinges would break off.
Well, what the heck happened to those screws?
Applejack grumbled angrily. Rainbow Dash suddenly had another vision. Evil Pinkie approached the Apple Acres just before dawn and looked with wicked intent at the cart with an attached shaft. Grabbing a screwdriver with her teeth, she managed to loosen and unscrew all the restraints of the hinges. Chortling, she sneaked away. Giant Speedster bit her lip as the two confused siblings went back up to the porch, where Applejack said Granny Smith was in a rocking chair. The old mare was sleeping loudly, and she occasionally rocked it back and forth on the chair. Before Dash could warn her, the chair suddenly began to shake, and the matriarch received a rude awakening as the chair broke apart, dumping her on the floor.
You! I could help!
She exclaimed. Her Dash stared on in terror as the two siblings galloped back up to check on their grandmother. Evil Pinkie slinked away from the cart, found a rocking chair on the porch. Giggling madly, she grabbed the saw in her teeth, began to make subtle cuts all over the rocking chair. Trying to hold the old mare's weight, but just enough to fall apart if rocked for too long. Rubbing for her horrors again, she tiptoed away.
Dadgummit, what's with everything going screwing around here today? First the cart breaks loose, then Granny Smith's chair falls apart. What's next?
Applejack muttered angrily as Big Mac held his granny up on her legs. Seizing Orange Pony stormed off to the silo.
Maybe counting all them apples will make me feel better.
Rainbow Dash was still frozen in her last vision as the Applejack walked towards the silo. She then looked down in fear as she realized she was next. She soon out to get her.
Applejack, wait, don't open that!
It was too late. As soon as Applejack opened the door, thick yellow sludge began to pour out of the silo, and bury her under the gloppy mess. Silo! Rainbow Dash managed to whisper as another vision came. Evil Pinkie walked over to the silo and loosely opened it up, seeing all the mounds of apples the apple family were storing inside. Chuckling madly, she revealed yet another flask of a new potion. Tossing the flask inside, the contents quickly spilled out. The apples began to turn into a disgusting yellow slime. Just before the ooze could spill out, she slammed the silo door and quickly made her way out of Sweet Apple Acres with all her pranks set in place. As Rainbow Dash remained frozen, Big Macintosh went up and started digging around the oozy yellow slop, managed to grab onto a blonde tail and pluck his sister out of the muck. The formerly orange filly, along with her hat, was now covered completely in the slimy stuff, and her green eyes showed rage. The Pegasus finally regained her senses. She was too late. The Apple family had all been pranked. Just a few more remained. She was a full-blown panic. Derpy was the next one, followed by all three Q-Mark Crusaders. Without a second to lose, she zoomed off back to Ponyville. Her instincts told her she needed to head straight to Secret Q Corner, without a second to spare. On arriving, she was shocked to see a small crowd of officers standing watch over a forum in the center of the pony barricade. She hovered up and looked at the figure the officers were watching over, and see the clumsy gray Pegasus pony on the floor. She was looking very bad with her face colored green. Her stomach bloated, and she moaned constantly in pain.
Oh, muffins. No more muffins. Oh.
She managed to moan. Golden Harvest was nearby, shaking her head in sadness. Right on cue, an ambulance cart managed to pick up the sick Pegasus and take her to the hospital. Rainbow Dash gasped just another jolt hit her brain. Evil Pinkie stood there, holding a tray of freshly baked muffins, along with a sign that read, "Free samples." Before any pony around her could snatch up a free muffin, Derpy barreled into them and snatched up all the muffins and swallowed up in one gulp. Every pony then saw the Pegasus scrunch her face as he fell to the ground, turning green and her belly bloating up. She began to moan in pain as several officers came out and called in an ambulance. The dark and pink trickster managed to sneak away during the confusion. She threw away an empty ball with a picture of a pony sticking out its tongue in disgust. As she heard the ambulance's bell ring away in the distance, she and every pony else heard an explosion coming from inside Sugar Cube Corner. The officers on standby as well, as all the onlookers stampeded inside. Rainbow Dash was still too shocked over her latest vision that she was unable to enter the bakery until it was too late. There was a large blob blocking her view. She feared the worst, considering who was next on the list. Just as she suspected, a familiar trio of school-aged fillies were led outside. Several officers kept them boxed in. Not like the Q-Mark Crusaders would escape and scare, as the three girls were all stuck together in a blend of what seemed to be cake batter, frosting, and chocolate chips.
You gotta believe us. We were trying to get our Q-Marks by help of Pinkie Pie.
Applebloom protested. Rainbow Dash's ears picked up at the name, and her brain flashed.
Yep, that's all I need you to do. Let's put these cakes in the oven while I go run a little errand.
Evil Pinkie said with false sweetness, as she showed the trio of fillies a tray of Straid's bubbly cake batter, already decorated with frosting and chocolate chips, placed in tins, ready to be placed inside the oven.
Are you sure we should be helping you here in the kitchen, Miss Pinkie?
Fleabell said, with apprehension, as her snoot scrunched at the sight of the bubbling batter before her.
Don't listen to her, Pinkie Pie. You can't enough.
Applebloom said as he clicked their hosts together.
Yeah, making these babies is gonna be easy as pie. No pun intended.
Scootaloo said with a sheepish grin.
I'm counting on it.
Evil Pinkie replied with malice as he ran out the back door. This sudden reaction left the Q-Mark Crusaders confused. With the hopes of earning their Q-Marks, they soldier on. Using thick mouth guards, Fleabell and Scootaloo placed the tray of the odd cake batter tins into the oven and closed the door. Applebloom turned the oven on, and the trio sat around. However, they saw the oven start to shake and vibrate very strangely.
Uh-oh, she's gonna blow.
Applebloom shouted, and she and her friends stood behind the preparation table as the oven burst open with a boom. The batter flew up in the air and splattered all over the trio, leaving them stuck in place and unable to run away. Outside, Evil Pinkie smirked wickedly as the Kinks and the nearby officers entered the ruined kitchen.
We didn't mean to cause the oven to explode. Please believe us,
added Sweet Belle. So Rainbow Dash finally came to.
That's the last time I've ever seen fun in the kitchen,
Scootaloo groaned angrily.
I say, that'll be quite enough, there is.
Sergeant Trot fussed with a snort.
We sort all this out after we let you post, though. You will be at the station. Come along, then.
As the trio was led away, Rainbow Dash could shake her head slowly as he trembled in fear. Pinkie was out of control. Never in her life did she ever pull a prank and get someone in trouble for it. She had to stop her. But how? She remembered the next name on the list. The Ponyville Retirement Village. Those old stallions and mares were in trouble. She picked up speed as she went up to the old pony's home. Dash wasted no time as she went inside Ponyville Retirement Village. Before she could warn the nurses on duty at that moment, she gazed at the scene before her and realized it was too late. Every single old stallion and mare was wearing a thick vest and somehow scratching themselves all over as they twisted, jerked, lurched, and shook in all manners of direction. Nurses and doctors on hand tried to desperately put them all under control, but it was a losing battle.
How could this have happened?
A panicked nurse cried out, unaware Rainbow Dash was behind her. That young Pinkie Pie took it and kindly donated these vests, and now they're all acting crazy.
Why?
Rainbow Dash gasped in fear. Evil Pinkie held out a familiar pouch in hand. She sprinkled the carton load full of vests and a red powder that was quickly absorbed by the fabric of accessories. She hid the bag as soon as some of the nurses and presiding doctors came out of the retirement village. Her straight-maned prickster merely smiled as he waved a hoof at the vests. The doctor and nurses nodded in joy. Evil Pinkie kept smiling joyfully as he waved the staff goodbye and carried the vests inside. As soon as the doors were closed, the smile turned into one of pure evil. As he tried off, the sounds of uncomfortable itching old ponies were heard from the inside. The sighing pony snapped out of her daze, realized the list was nearly done. 4 were left: the mayor, Captain Halberd, Cranky Donkey, and Fluttershy. Once they were pranked, they would be left. She had to stop her before it was her turn. She left the bedlam behind and headed straight for Town Hall. She didn't realize she was unable to stop her crazed friend when she saw Town Hall in front of her. Gone were the beautiful colors of the gazebo structure, replaced by a garish mismatch of artistic anarchy. Red, orange, and blue stripes, green polka tops on a pink backdrop, a gaudy gray-yellow and purple tartan pattern, and any other outrageous color patterns were all splattered on the formerly pristine center of Ponyville pride. Vanessa's eyes quickly zoomed in onto the distraught mare, whose mane and tail were a total mess.
Oh, why, I thought new.
She exclaimed as she stared in shock. Vanessa's own eyes followed suit as another vision came. Evil Pinkie, wearing a black beret and artist smock, came wheeling in a car of pink cans. She stood in front of the beautiful town hall and giggled cruelly at what she had planned. Taking a paintbrush to her teeth, her body became a blur as she somehow managed to paint the entire town hall an imaginative yet disastrous color scheme it now supported. Putting the tip of her forehead at her lip, she gave it a small kiss as she scampered away.
An outrage!
Rainbow Dash burst out of her vision as she heard the loud booming voice of Captain Halberd. Turning her head around, she saw the Ponyville police chief, flanked by his 2 sycophants, approach the mayor, who was still wallowing in disgust. The speedster had to shake her head a few times to see she wasn't imagining the captain's face and uniform were all splattered with ink. Sadly, she wasn't dreaming. His face and the entire front of his uniform, including medals, were all really stained with the dark blue ink. From the looks of his demeanor, this was not something he was too happy about.
Mayor, I'll find the one responsible for the travesty of justice to my favorite thing. Mark my word, he or she will never see the light of Celestia's sun as long as I live!
Belle in absolute rage. Dash gulped. Poking her head through the main office's window, Evil Pinkie went inside, tiptoed to Halberd's desk, dropped a small pellet into the inkwell next to the writing quill. Chuckling with malevolent glee, she jumped out the window and waited. Halberd soon entered the room and walked to his desk, where he used his dark green magic to lift the quill and dipped it into the inkwell to write a new document. However, The quill didn't absorb any ink, as the ink was inexplicably dried out to become a stiff block. Halbert harrumphed in annoyance as he set the quill down and lifted the inkwell to his face. His eyes narrowed in curiosity as to why his ink dried out. With a small bang and explosion, the inkwell dumped its contents all over Halbert's face and his uniform. Locked up and locked down looked on in horror as Halbert lowered the inkwell. His body began to shake. An earth-shattering roar was heard from the office as evil Pinkie rubbed her hooves at her successful prank.
And furthermore, it'll take my beautiful medals to be restored to the lesser sign. I'll wreak vengeance upon whoever made a mockery of me!
Rainbow Dash was again brought back to unconsciousness, and while her smile tripped in her mind, needless to say, she didn't want to stay in the area another moment longer with Captain Halbert, ready to incarcerate any pony who just looked at him the wrong way. Time was running short. There were 2 left, and then Pinkie would come running, calling for her. Rainbow Dash knocked on the door to Cranky's house, hoping for the best.
"With luck I'm having, she probably got to him already,"
she muttered to herself. As expected, the others came across today. This one opened halfway. As Matilda peeked out from the side. "Why, hello, Rainbow Dash, dear. What brings you here today?" she said with a smile, but didn't budge from opening the door completely.
Hi there. Is Cranky home right now?"
she asked with hope. "Yes, he is, but he's not taking any visitors at the moment. He's had a little accident, just so to speak," the elderly donkey answered.
Matilda, just come back here. I've got to get fixed soon.
The old curmudgeon snapped as his head came into view. The Pink's eyes opened wide, seeing his toupee. No longer was it the blonde pompadour that Pinkie gave to him after she apologized for ruining the old one, but rather what was like her own multicolored mane and tail. She was confused as to how his toupee managed to become that way, only for another visit to appear. Humming to herself, evil Pinkie made her way inside, without Cranky or Matilda hearing her come in. She saw the old donkey's blonde pompadour toupee on a wig stand nearby. Chuckled as she revealed a bottle of sweet apple extract. She poured the liquid all over the hairpiece. Pretty soon it was all the colors of a rainbow. A loud cough from opposing Cranky to excuse her exit. She made herself scarce. She came to. The door was firmly shut. He didn't have any spare time to bid her farewell, as he zoned out. By now, Rainbow Dash was frozen in fear.
Fluttershy.
Sweet, sensitive Fluttershy. She was the last name on the list. She spared no time as she took to the skies and soon out to Fluttershy's cottage near Everfree. Dash instantly knew she was too late when she saw the bouncy form of Pinkie Pie, giggling happy to herself as she closed the door to the cottage, making her way back to Ponyville. This was the moment of truth. She swooped down and landed on the ground, running straight towards Pinkie.
"Pinkie Pie, what have you been up to? Do you know all the trouble you've been causing?"
Rainbow Dash snapped as she leaned her head forward to smile like Pink Pony.
I don't know. What sort of trouble have I been causing? Oh, that reminds me. Your surprise is coming up. I hope you're ready."
Pinkie replied with a pep. How else would Pinkie reply? The silent Pegasus could only stare down at her friend. How could she remain so calm and relaxed, despite all the vicious pranks she had been pulling the entire day? As she looked up at the cottage behind her, and felt something gnawing at her.
"Pinkie, what happened to Fluttershy? What happened in there?"
she asked nervously. The pink earth pony immediately rolled on the floor, giggling her off.
"You should have seen it. Fluttershy. It's so funny. I never laughed so much in my life. Wish I could see it again and smile."
Rainbow Dash's wings drooped. Running past her laughing friend, she entered the cottage and found it empty. Suddenly, she heard a noise upstairs. Wasted no time in going up. As she flew up, her mind replayed current thoughts like a mantra.
She didn't do it. 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 She did.
Rainbow Dash couldn't believe what she was looking at in Fluttershy's bedroom. Meek yellow Pegasus just lay there on her haunches next to the tub. Head lowered and eyes closed. Her entire body and mane and tail were soaking wet, as she just stood there frozen like a statue. What happened to her? Before she could come any closer, Angel Bunny jumped into her face and startled her. The rabbit tapped his foot in noise and pointed outside. Rainbow Dash paid no attention as he took another step closer. This time Angel gave Dash a small kick to her hoof and pointed outside again. Science Speedster realized Fluttershy was too depressed to even speak at the moment. Decided to take her leave. Seconds he left the bathroom. Angel slammed the door shut behind her. Evil Pinkie dunking a bucket of water. Evil Pinkie throwing water balloons. Evil Pinkie turning a hose on at full blast. All the above. Fluttershy didn't stand a chance at the onslaught. She now lay there all soaked as her friend could do nothing but laugh, and laugh at her misfortune. Rainbow Dash's rage over how Pinkie was able to hurt the one she claimed she'd never touched because of her sensitivity was quickly cancelled by a full epiphany. She was next, the remaining name on the list. Rainbow Dash took a few steps back and flew out through the bedroom window. Pinkie would no doubt be waiting for her. The surprise she mentioned yesterday was definitely the crowning moment of her day of vicious pranks and practical jokes. They were all warm up to what she was preparing for her. "You want me, Pinkie Pie?" she said to herself. "You'll have to find me." She made her way back to her house and was ready to open the door when she stopped dead in her tracks. Evil Pinkie was waiting for her from behind the door, ready to unleash the barrage that her dream Kate warned her about.
Come in, Dassie. I've been waiting all day for this.
No! You will get me! She yelled to the door as she picked up speed and left. She quickly made her way back to Ponyville, desperately trying to find a place to hide. She approached the spa with its lights on. Evil Pinkie was laying in a hot tub, sipping some cider as she saw her enter. She stopped short and flew off in the opposite direction, landing near the schoolhouse. She was ready to open the door. Evil Pinkie was writing on the chalkboard one single sentence over and over again, filling all the available space there was. "I shall break Dassie!" She stopped again and flew off in yet another direction, landing close to the Q Marcusier's clubhouse. She went up the small ramp and fearfully pushed the door open. Thankfully, there were no visions. She was safe at last. She went inside and saw the small treehouse quiet and empty. Usually the Philly trio would be there planning their next quest to gain their cutie marks. But after what happened today, it was doubtful they had been waiting for anything for this day. Rainbow Dash couldn't help but smile, seeing the obviously Scootaloo's handiwork, and seeing a poster reading, "The top 10 reasons Rainbow Dash's best pony." No, that would be a blog of mine. A crayon-drawn image of her with a strange square-shaped body, tail flowing behind her. Brought a little comfort to herself as she landed herself in a ball and managed to sleep.
Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash. Oh, just a few more seconds, Mom.
She replied Rainsbow.
Hey, Rainbow Dash!
That was enough to startle her awake and got her hose. She looked ahead of her and saw the Q Marcusir stand there, with Scootaloo looking up at her in admiration, and Apple Bloom holding a lantern, with fireflies illuminating the outdoor clubhouse. Rainbow Dash turned to the window. The sun was finally dark. How long had she been asleep?
Well, Rainbow Dash, it's so cool we found you.
The little faced Pegasus Philly beamed.
Every pony was searching for you. We thought we'd come to pick up our stuff to help with the search, and here you were. Oh, who's looking for me?
Rainbow Dash asked, still half groggy.
Pinkie Pie!
Sleep Bell piped up, and that's when the adult pony began to freeze again.
Oh no, no. Don't let her get me. I'm the last one. She'll get me just like she got all of you.
She yelled half crazily as her mane and tail suddenly became messy, and her pupils struck to near pinpricks.
Rainbow Dash, what are you talking about? Pinkie Pie has been preparing some nice special for you all day.
His ears began to twitch as did her eyes. She looked down at them and had another vision.
Remember, girls, help me find Rainbow Dash. You'll all join me and my assistant to the High Queen and Pranksters. Why, you'll even earn a cutie mark.
The Pinkie came to the three fillies as their expression became dark.
As your command, your highness.
Now replied as the quarter began to laugh madly. Rainbow Dash chuckled nervously.
Oh, I see your little game plan. Everybody's in on it. She's gonna make them all subjects to her glory. All she needs me is to complete the sequence. Well, she won't get me. Nobody's going to get me.
The trio looked at her in confusion. Scootaloo approached her aisle.
Rainbow Dash, is everything all... Nobody's going to get me. I'll fight to the ends of Equestria. So never fight me there. Never!
She screamed out as she giggled madly and raised her wings.
Nobody will get me. Nobody will get me. Nobody will get me.
She turned around, prepared to fly off, when she stood face to face with the bubbly Pinkie Pie smiling at her.
Hi, Jessie! Well, you sure are hard to find today. So, ready for your surprise? Wait.
The pink pony asked as she raced the brown packets with her hooves. Rainbow Dash's heart stopped, as she started with a twitch in her eye as the box before her. A short, exploding bomb that would coat her in sticky taffy. A spring-loaded pie tin that would slam into the creamy pie load on her while sneezing, an itching powder that would cause her a double agony. A passive poison joke that would cause all sorts of nasty, yet mystical, effects on her body. No! She threw Pinkie aside as she flew off in a panic. The pink pony shook her head and sighed.
As if this hasn't happened before. Oh well.
Rainbow Dash flew in all directions and hid everywhere. At the tip of Town Hall, posing as a fountain statue, deep inside the foliage of the fleet and flare-sized cottage was built on, her usual napping spot of sweet apple acres, and even pretending to be a cloud. Even her wings and eyes could be seen popping out. Pinkie Pie found her all had failed without all the time. Jess was getting more and more desperate and crazy with every time she was found. And finally she was cornered into a corner. Many Pegasus leaned up against the bakery wall as Pinkie Pie bounced up to her and holding her packets by a string in her teeth. Rainbow Dash finally gave up. Her eyes went back to normal. Mane and tail became less wild and she sat down on her haunches.
Okay, Pinkie, you got me. Just like you did everybody else today. I can see my title. You're the true queen of pranksters. Oh.
She sighed sadly as her wings held low. Rainbow Dash looked up to see her friend, and quite oddly, with the packages dropped softly by her.
What are you talking about, silly Gassy? Me? A queen of pranksters? I guess you think that about me. What are you saying? You got every pony on the list. You got them all good. Twilight, Rarity, Applejack's family, Derpy, the mayor, Howlbear, and even Fluttershy. I could never prank them all in one day, and you did it!
Rainbow Dash exclaimed. Pinkie Pie tapped her hoof against her chin.
Oh, that list. She giggled softly. I came back tired after you-know-who stopped some criminals. I just forgot all about it. I was far too busy getting your surprise ready.
Rainbow Dash then placed a hoof on the packets, and she slid over to her friend.
Well, go on, silly. Open it.
Dash looked down at the box and carefully cut the string of her teeth and opened the box. She gasped at seeing its content. Was it a bomb, or a bunch of powder, or a bouquet of poison joke at all? It was a simple cake. A cake with Rainbow Dash's own cutie mark in the center, and the words reading, Happy arrival to Ponyville anniversary, Rainbow Dash, and happy birthday! That's when she realized it. Today was her birthday, and anniversary of the day that she came to Ponyville from Clydesdale. The day she first met Pinkie Pie, and the first party she ever threw in her honor.
Oh, Pinkie, I just forgot all about it. I don't... Didn't you get my letter this morning? It was to remind you to come to Sugar Cake Corner and get your cake.
Pinkie Pie wondered as her friend leaned to the side. Rainbow Dash gulped. She remembered that letter all right. She was now confused.
But I don't get it. If you go about the list, what happened to every pony? They were all pranked.
I think we owe you all an explanation. Rainbow looked to the side and saw her four friends standing there. Twilight Sparkle was back to her old self, as her colored mane and tail were back to normal. Rarity stood there happily, with all her hair now back so soon. And Applejack stood there, tail tall and clean, with no sign of the yellow goop, as he was drenched everywhere. Fluttershy now stood there calmly, with no signs he was never soaking wet. When you first came to me, I was in the middle of an experiment, so I had all my windows shut to prevent any wind or outside influence from interfering with my studies. It was an important experiment, which I hoped to give the results to Princess Celestia, Twilight explained. But when you shook the tree after you crashed on it, I lost all concentration and dropped more of the element into the mixer and... boom!
Yeah, sorry about that, Egg. Twilight,
Rainbow Dash answered meekly.
The whole debacle with my oxidant was my fault, darling. I thought I was buying my regular shampoo and body wash from the spa yesterday, and I accidentally took 2 bottles of hair remover by mistake.
Rarity said with a hint of embarrassment.
Wasn't my chagrin when I saw the bottles again and after you left and discovered my error. Thankfully, Twilight had a spare to help with rapid recovery of my beautiful coat and mane and tail when I started back to the marvelous form.
I ate the Blake Mike just pulled me out. I tasted that yellow stuff and found out it was applesauce. The whole apple crop turned to applesauce, said Applejack. When I went to pick up Apple Bloom from the police station, she confessed she and her friends wanted to earn their cutie marks, find a new way to make our apples sell better, so they broke into the chorus. Feeling around with a magical doodads made a potion that they thought would make our apples bigger and juicier. But instead, turned them all into applesauce. We gave all three in the village a cake ear as punishment. But what about... Rainbow Dash began, before Applejack interrupted her. Blake Mike's excellent. Turns out, after looking at the hill, we found some of the screws that pulled out for being all rusty. No wonder they fell out. Oh, Granny Smith's here? Seems like the pesky termites been chowing down an old chair right after you tried to break it into thing as it went back down.
I'm sorry if I was asleep when you came to visit me, Rainbow Dash.
Pinkie whispered softly.
Pinkie Pie coming over. He was so dirty we gave him a bath. But he was quite slippery and I accidentally fell inside the bathtub. So funny too. Really wish I could have seen that again.
Pinkie Pie interrupted, only for Twilight to hush her, and allow Fireside to continue. I was so tired today after being awake all night helping Mr. Bat out during his hunt after he hurt his ears, so I didn't sleep at all. Once Gummy was dry. I learned how he sat there into the bathroom to sleep, while Angel kept watching over me. He told me you came and left. Sorry you didn't get to say anything before. Rainbow Dash did nothing but nod the whole time. Okay, so that was with all of you, but what about the others? Okay, so let me get this straight. Dash says he sat at the corner, cute corner, surrounded by friends and some patrons who stayed for her welcome to Ponyville and birthday party anniversary, as Pinkie Pie managed to finally begin to shed some light on today's events. When Pinkie Pie delivered the card new vest on behalf of Rarity and to put him on, all standing while accidentally got it to begin to scratch it. When he did that, every old pony at home thought he'd come up with a new dance craze and follow along with everything he did. Merciful heavens, yes. We tried very hard to calm down every pony, but they didn't listen. It was until Mr. Waddle stopped itching that we settled him down. One of the retirement village's nurses began to brighten, except with a roll of her eyes.
You should have seen the captain. Apparently one of his prize medals got lost, and he tore the office up to find it. Ending up accidentally spilling the inkwell's contents on himself, which made him more furious. The officer Hotside explained with a laugh. He called the theft of his medal an outrage. He would bring the thief to justice. Amazing seeing his face red that the medal having been in his house the entire time, and he went there to change his uniform.
With that, all the officers laughed along.
I swear, Duffy's muffin habit will be the end of her.
Carrot Top explained out loud.
She's been eating nothing but muffins non-stop for the past 2 weeks. I told her it was bad for her to eat nothing but muffins, but no. She had to eat one last muffin and Comfy got sick from them. Hopefully, so she'll make her eat other stuff than muffins all day. Hopefully the spell oven will be fixed soon. I swear those little rascals are so helpful, but they have absolutely no clue what to do in the kitchen. Ma's trying to bake a cake for Kitty Marks.
Mrs. Cake said, as she stood next to the guests at Rainbow's party.
My dear Mrs. Cake, you have no idea how right you are in regard to the Kitty Marks says on their kitchen skills. I still feel goosebumps remembering my dear little sweet Belle's attempts at breakfast those days before the sisterhood saucer.
Rarity replied with a shudder.
You think that's bad?
Imagine the breakdown the mayor had when the Pegasite painters she hired, who followed her instructions to the exact color paint code to make the town hall. Only realized her secretary made several errors with the codes and accidentally getting the wrong colors and painting everything until it was too late. A mayor civil servant spoke up. I swear I thought the mayor would get great hairs for sure for that nearest collapse. Rainbow Dash chuckled at that, only to direct her attention at a certain multicolored hairpiece wearing donkey, just a few feet down from where she was.
So, Cranky, how does emulating the coolest pony in Ponyville feel like?
Just because I tried to use a little strange dash on Matilda's advice to change his hair to a bare color and accidentally used too much doesn't mean I'm confident in it, Pony.
The irritable Cranky stepped back, causing the others to laugh.
Gee, Pinkie, I'm really sorry. Thought the Missouri became a pranky monster, only to realize it was all in my head. Will you ever forgive me?
The sign Pegasus asked as her ears flopped sadly.
Pinkie replied with a hug. Come on, Daisy. You're always my friend. You'll ever forget that.
Yeah, thanks. You're one of the best. The Pegasus replied as he grinned happily. I'll say all the guests would enjoy. I'm certain at some point he's going to have spent a week with his friends report to Celestia now. Twilight added matter-of-factly. Yeah. Tomorrow after I come by and pick up my letter staring to you from... Rainbow Dash stared at Pinkie with a slight grin. Hey, Pinkie, are you forgetting something? Pinkie cocked her head, wondering what she was talking about. The Pegasus was just about to remind her end of the bargain since he made a deal. What's that sort? Shaking her head, her grin became softer. Never mind. I just like the way things are, now and forever. Analysis Report 441. Entitled Special Acquisition. Cliff Forson smiled as the recent sojourns of the servants into the nearby areas of the population came across a most unusual specimen, which was acquired without struggle at a docile of a pony known for empathy and an unusual ability to communicate with animals. Considering how rare apprehending such an infantile specimen reptilian nature that is neither draconic nor any regular denizen of the nearby woodland environment, there's a high possibility that the results would yield positive feedback towards research. Subject has been classified as a prime candidate and be infused with formula strain gamma. Further notes will be dictated as soon as the infusion process begins. Soon, all secrets shall be unlocked. I will not fail. The Legend of Mare-Do-Well trots along.